Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel that knows nothing. I'm Gem and let's get to it. We're doing the bookshelf tour part 2 today. It's been something I've been meaning to do for a while, but then I'm also like, which bookshelf do I do as the second bookshelf? So I've just merged these ones together today because they're both tiny, and they're the same bookshelf, so cool, right? Yeah? I don't know. Kind of lame, but still. Okay, so here's all of them, and then we'll pull them out, okay? So first up, we have The Priority of the Orange Tree by Samantha Shannon. Then we have King of Scars by Leigh Bardugo. I think that's how you say her name. I always have struggles with her, so hopefully that's right. Then we have Dividing Eden by Joelle Charbonneau. Hope that's right. Sorry if I have just absolutely wrecked that name for everybody. Then I have Aurora Rising by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff. Then I have Renegades by Marissa Meyer. Then I have the full collection of Philip Pullman's His Dark Materials, Northern Lights, The Subtle Knife, and The Amber Spyglass. Then I have The Lost Gods by Brom. So this is actually part of the other bookshelf, but they're the same one, so I'm just going to go across the first level and etc. So I don't have to move the camera up and down that much. So I have a lot of John Green, as you can see. I'm not a fan, I am just a person who follows because I'm a sheep, so I read all these in high school. So I've got Fault in Our Stars, Abundance of Catherine, Paper Towns, Looking for Alaska twice, Will Grayson, and Turtles All the Way Down. And then Will Grayson is also by David Leviathan, I think is how you say his name. The reason why I've got Looking for Alaska twice is because I was going to actually highlight in one of them, but then never got around to doing that. I was trying to be edgy and that just didn't happen. Then I have Every Day and Another Day by David Leviathan. Why do I struggle to say that name? Why am I an idiot? Then I have If I Stay and Where She Went by Gail Foreman. Then I have Carnivalesque by Neil Jordan. I think this is the most hated book on my shelf, but I don't want to give it up because the cover is really pretty. So here's a little overview of the shelf level. So first up on this level we have Ready Player One and Armada by Ernest Cline. Then we have This Savage Song by Evie Schwab. I hope that's how it's said. And I said it like that because I've been trying to say This Savage Song. It's like a tongue twister for me. I can't do it. Then I have The Girl from Everywhere by Heidi Hegel, I think is how it's pronounced, but don't be mad at me if I'm completely wrong, because I probably am. It Only Happens in the Movies by Holly Bourne. The List by Patricia Ford. We Are Made of Molecules by Susan Nielsen. The Romantics by Leah Conan. Because You Love to Hate Me by a bunch of different authors, as well as a few booktubers involved as well. Giant Days by Non Pratt. Overshare by Rose and Rosie. Those guys are YouTubers and I can highly recommend this book because everything that's in the title is talked about, so that's great. Here's just an overview of the shelf and then we'll get into it. So first up on this part of the shelf is actually a book that my university made. You basically made submissions into it. You could have a maximum of 3 and then they picked out who they thought was best, and I missed out on getting into this one just by like one person, so that was actually really like cool, but also it's a reminder that I suck at writing. Then I have the first 2 in the Beautiful series, I think is what it's called, but I could be really wrong about that. I have Beautiful Creatures and Beautiful Darkness by Cami Garthka and Margaret Stoll. I think that's how you say their names, I hope. Then I have the first in a series. This is not my own copy of Shadow and Bone by Leigh Bardugo, I think it's pronounced. I had this struggle earlier in the video, probably said it both different ways. Then I have Dry by Neil Schusterman and Jared Schusterman. Then I have Divergent, Insurgent and Allegiant by Veronica Roth. Then I have Carve the Mark, also by Veronica Roth. This is just an overview, and I know it's a bit of a weird angle, but this is as low as my tripod will go without it hating me overly. So here we go. First up, I have Gregory Maguire's Confessions of an Ugly Stepsister, and then if you open up the front, it's quite saucy. Then I have The Princess Diarists by Carrie Fisher, and this is like her diary entries from when she was making the original Star Wars trilogy, so that's really cool and interesting. At least I thought it was. Then I have The Last Girl by Michael Adams. Then I have 1,000 Pieces of You and 10,000 Skies Above You by Claudia Gray. Then I have An Absolutely Remarkable Thing by Hank Green. Then I have the book of Dear Evan Hansen with Val Emick, Stephen Levison, Benji Pasquette, and Justin Paul. Then I have The Gentleman's Guide to Vice and Virtue and The Lady's Guide to Petticoats and Piracy by Mackenzie Lee. Starting off, the last bit of the shelf is the first two of the Gone series by Michael Grant, which is Gone and Hunger, and yes, it does bother me that the covers don't match, but you know what, I guess it's fine. Then I have Nerve and Charisma by Janine Ryan. Then I have The Secret Runners of New York by Matthew Riley. Everless by Sarah Holland. Blood, Sweat and Pixels by Jason Scarrera. Starcross by Minnie Dark. Milkman by Anna Burns. And last on the shelf, I have The Amazing Book Is Not on Fire, The World of Dan and Phil by Dan and Phil. That seemed fairly obvious, but I just thought I'd say it anyway. Anyway, that's all that I have for you today. Hopefully the next installment of the bookshelf tour will come sooner than this one, because I'm just really bad at staying up to date with this sort of stuff. I'm just bad at a lot of things, but I have to stay up to date with them. I don't know why I just whispered that last bit. It was really weird. I'm sorry. Anyway, guys, I'll see you next time. Please like, subscribe, because that is always nice. And I'll see you next time. Goodbye!